Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our 2002 4-liter 5-speed manual Jeep Wrangler. Now, if you ask Jeep people their opinions on Wranglers, the Jeeple will have a million of them. But if you press most of them, they will all generally agree that if you're looking for a two-door, short wheelbase Wrangler, these TJs are just about the best of the breed. This one has got that legendary 4-liter inline 6 up front, the new Venture 5-speed manual in the middle, the mechanical transfer case, Dana 44s out back, and Dana 35 axle out front. These are just about as tough as they ever made these little Wranglers. And it looks awful good in solar yellow too. This particular one has got 158,000 miles on it. It's got the factory fiberglass top. And if we look at its Carfax maintenance history, it's been pretty consistently and pretty well maintained. I mean, you know, you see oil changes and services throughout most of its life. And even in the last 3,000 miles, it has had things like the radiator has been done, new thermostat, power steering pump, steering gearbox, fresh battery, differentials and transmission were serviced, as well as all the usual basic periodic maintenance fluids and filters you'd expect. So it's nice to see that that's been kept up on. And looking a little bit deeper at the modifications done to it, it's been done pretty well too. I mean, this has a really mild lift, maybe 2 inches. I don't even think this is a 4-inch lift, but it's got dual rate springs up front, standard lifting springs in the back, just enough to fit these 33s up underneath it. And speaking of those 33s, those are Mickey Thompson Baja MTZs on American Racing aluminum wheels. And you get a full-size mounted spare matching out back. So if you ever need it, you can use a spare or do a 5-tire rotation to stretch the life of your tires that little bit longer. It's got the running boards on it, which definitely make stepping up into it a little bit easier, and they can act as rock rails if you're getting crazy off-road. It's got adjustable shocks on all 4 corners, quick disconnect sway bars up front, a Daystar Scorpion steering stabilizer to help keep that death wobble away, and these hook road front and rear bumpers with this big 10,000 pound synthetic rope winch. It's been really well done. It's been really well kept. And I can't wait to get you under the hood, inside, and out for a spin. So let's go. Up under the hood here, I've got both of the hood stays popped. Pop the hood latch there. And instead of putting down the prop bar like a normal person, I'm gonna do my favorite thing with these Jeeps. Well, one of them. Take the hood, gently lean it back on the A-pillar like that, and now you have all the room in the world up front in here. And what you got to look at is a pretty clean engine bay with that high output 4-liter straight 6. Got a fresh Superstar battery back there. Oil filter, nice and easily accessible down there. Dipsticks there, edge of oil there. Backing up, your air box is here, and it still has the snorkel intact, which is pretty cool. Those things basically never stay on, but this points up and away to draw cooler air and to minimize water and dust intrusion when you're out on the trail. Got that fresh radiator up here. Don't mind this little guy. I've got the new fan shroud sitting at the yard. I just wanted to shoot videos with this thing and drive around in it more than I wanted to fix that shroud, but that'll be sorted before any of you come to look at it anyway. Got your washer fluid here, your power steering fluid there, brake fluid reservoir is here, and your hydraulic clutch reservoir is there. It's a pretty simple engine bay and just nice and clean and well maintained. Around the back of the Wrangler, to get in, push down on this tab here, and then this spare tire carrier releases, and it doesn't take very much effort to move it at all. Just keep going till it hits this rubber stopper right here. That'll keep you from bashing it into the car. Just enough clearance. So pop the little half gate open here, wing that glass up, and you see, it's the back of a two-door Wrangler. You've got about 1.5 feet of space here, but you can make more if you grab this lever here, seat flips down. Grab this bar again, pop it up, seat belts stay attached to the floor, but now you've got a little, probably about a 4-foot little storage area back here. Decent space, and the cool thing with these Jeeps, every single carpet in this is completely removable. You take the Velcro out, you can literally grab yourself a garden hose or a pressure washer and hose this whole thing off. Now, this being a two-door, short wheelbase Wrangler, you know, it's not got much going on in back. But to get back there, pull this lever, seat comes forward. Give it a second shove, and it pivots on this track to give you as much room as possible to get into the back. So now I'm 6'1", 270 pounds. I'm gonna go right behind my driver's seat and spin the camera around to show you all what it looks like with that driver fully back and reclined. With a little bit of man spreading, I'm actually pretty comfy back here because I'm sitting up against the wheel well, but I've got good width for my shoulders, for my arms, great headroom, and you do get 2 amenities back here. You get padded roll bar and cup holders. Plus, these seats are actually pretty squishy, so I could definitely hang out back here if, you know, me and my buddies were doing a trail day or something. Really quick, before I even climb into the driver's seat, I want to show you all one cool thing. This door handle here. TJs are the last Jeeps to use that door handle, and that had been on every Jeep since the Nixon administration. They like to keep things simple and rugged. And speaking of that, you get manual door locks and a crank window because there's no electronics in this door at all. You take this little tether off, the door, not only will it fold fully forward, but if I had more hands, you can just lift that door off, sit out on the ground, and go drive off with no doors on your Jeep at all. Take the doors off, take the roof off, undo a few bolts, and the windshield even folds flat onto those rubber stoppers there on the hood. So you can drive this thing around like a full-blown go-kart. Let's fire it up. Clutch in, comes to life, triple check we're in neutral, give the old wiggle test. There we go. All right, so it's super simple in here. Manual windows, manual locks, manual mirrors. Yeah, you got to reach outside to adjust that guy. You've got color matched oh shit handles up top here, but you do get cruise control, which is nice because not all of these had cruise control, believe it or not. Headlight controls are on this stock, and you got a simple gauge cluster in front of you. Alternators charging at 14 volts, got a quarter tank of fuel. We're idling good at right around 750 RPM, 158,000 on the clock, 40 pounds of oil pressure, and we're climbing up to that 210 normal range for hot weather idling. Other than that, got your windshield wipers here, sprayers, does all the stuff. Over in the center, aftermarket Pioneer head unit. This one is currently Bluetooth to my other cell phone, so you got AM, FM, Bluetooth, auxiliary line in here, and there's a USB cable for it tucked into there if you want to plug into that and then shut the glove box. Down below, HVAC controls. How hard you want it, how hot you want it, where you want it. Defrost and spray for the rear window. An actual cigarette lighter in your cigarette lighter 12-volt power port. Down below is the airbag, passenger airbag shutoff. If you pull this out, you can insert the key, turn the airbag on and off. It's designed for if you have, a child seat over here, but it's also really good if your friends are being jerks. In the middle, this is your mechanical lever for 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low. For your transfer case, 5-speed wiggle stick here, manual emergency brake there. I've got my Nalgene bottle and my cell phone in the cup holders there. Glove box is currently very full, so you've got the mechanical cable winch control here. You've got the remote for that stereo there. You've got the remote for the winch, and you've got a wheel lock key in there for putting a wheel lock on like the spare tire or something so it doesn't get got. Other than that, you've got a center console here in the middle, and that's kind of it. Little door pockets, but it's a pretty nice place to be. It's boxy, it's airy, and honestly, this thing is so fun to drive. You guys are gonna love to see it. All right, going through the parking garage. I've got just my driver's window open because I didn't feel like reaching over and rolling that down. But you're gonna hear a lot of tire noise from those big Mickey Thompsons. But just take a listen as we go through the parking garage here. A lot of groan from the tires, but nothing from the suspension. Give it a little throttle, get on the brakes. No brake squeal, no suspension clunks. Just big, grabby off-road tires chug-a-lugging their way along. Also, with the short wheelbase, this thing is really pretty fun to rip around. I mean, it's actually remarkably nimble. Like, as I go over here really quick, there ain't nobody around. Yeah, good. We'll do a little bit of some tight space navigation. Because these Jeeps, being so small, are really nimble. Even, oh, this is the narrowest part here with the water mains. Yeah, these things are fun. You gotta love a little Jeep. This is gonna be interesting, having a manual transmission and me only having 2 hands. But, get out here onto the main roads, go through the gears, get out on the highway, set the cruise control, and show you what this thing is really like to live with. Also, if you're learning to drive stick, this is one of the most forgiving transmissions out there. Like, first gear just kind of bogs and digs, super forgiving, really easy to find the grab point of the clutch, and even doing this 1.5 handed today is just a super easy thing to pilot. You can even blip the throttle, grab down gears, super easy. All right, cruise set at 70 miles an hour, cutting through Tucson here on I-10. Gonna have to slow down in just a second as I come up on traffic. But yeah, even with the lift, the big tires, this thing will sit there and cruise at 70, no problem at all. And even with the humming of those big Mickey Thompsons, out here at speed, it's not bad. I mean, I'll give this a little wiggle. Like, yeah, it's a short wheelbase Jeep. It's gonna be twitchy, but like, it is really stable. It immediately stops its wiggle and tracks itself back to true. That steering stabilizer probably doing a good bit of work there. Now that we've got a little bit more room, let's just put our foot to the floor and just let it build momentum. There we go. So yeah, sitting there, 75, big tires humming, fiberglass roofing. It does it just fine. You need to go on a road trip to get to a new trail to go take this thing out in the wilderness later, this will do it. And I don't know if I mentioned before, this thing's got a hitch on the back. You can tow with this thing. Have fun. I'm gonna do a 0 to 40 to 0, full hard acceleration and full ABS braking test on this to show you all there's nothing hiding in the brake suspension system under full accelerative or decelerative load. But this being a manual transmission, this is gonna be interesting. So my shifts are gonna be pretty lazy as I have to keep grabbing the gear lever. But let's go for it. 3, 2, 1. $30. Come on, 40. 40. That nose came down a little bit. That ABS kicked on. She's right to a stop. God, you gotta love Jeeps. Now, I don't really have anywhere good to go off-roading right now without committing some light trespassing, and I try not to put my crimes online. But coming down this little dirt alleyway here, doing about 25, bounces right over, soaks it all up. The Jeep does not care. What's up, dude? They're great. They're great little rigs. I mean, you could even, I don't know, fairly grotesquely misjudge something like that curb. Up, up, bump, 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 bang down off it. Jeep don't care. And like cutting through some more urban streets on the other side here on some really broken up pavement, I'll show you just how this thing handles that too. Coming around, I haven't driven a Jeep in a while, so getting reminded of just how maneuverable these things are is great. Coming over really broken up pavement in like a little neighborhood, really don't have anything to worry about. And once again, let's say, you know, a little bit of a pothole for a manhole here, or oh no, you misjudged the turn or up on the curb. Again, Jeep doesn't care. They're super fun to drive, y'all. It's kind of great. Speed bump. Let's get back to the yard. Well, there you have it. Our 2002 TJ Wrangler, 4-liter, 5-speed. The Wrangler you want. And give it a day of driving it around, and this thing will make your mood just as bright as its paint. It is super, super fun. Now, to make an appointment to check this thing out, all of our contact information is linked in the description below, and in just a moment, our phone number will be on screen so you can more easily call us or text us. As always, I've been Dylan. We'll see you soon.